The temple will be built on land currently farmed by the church, and people in this neighborhood, some are really excited, while others say they want to move. In rural Tooele County, doesn't get much excitement.
It's so peaceful out here.
Until today.
Super excited. I mean, we've lived here for 16 years, and I just never thought we'd get a temple here.
I love that the temple is going here.
The temple will be built 3 stories and roughly 70,000 square feet. A nearby meeting house will also be built.
It'll be really pretty to look out and see like the mountains behind it.
Christy Rhodes' home is right next to the property.
I had several, I don't even know how many text messages that said, "Did you hear the temple's going to your house? It's by your house. Did you hear?"
Not everyone shares in the excitement.
We don't want that to ruin where we are.
4 years ago, Allison Kilt built her home here because she likes peace and quiet. And when the temple comes in, she says she's moving out.
If they want to put a temple in Tooele County, they should put one where it's not going to cause so many problems.
Top of her concerns, traffic, especially on Highway 36. The number of cars and trucks traveling through Tooele County is already high, even causing backups onto westbound I-80. Before the temple's location was announced, UDOT planned to spend nearly $125 million to fix traffic congestion. 3 bridges along I-80 are already being constructed. A new route called Mid-Valley Highway is expected to shift up to 20% of traffic away from Highway 36, and then I-80 will expand to 3 lanes in the area. Mayor Beezer argues the county's growth would happen with or without the temple.
You know, if we're going to have neighbors, the temple's a pretty great neighbor to have, so we're excited that that's just going to add, even more to our neighborhood. We love it out here.
And in the coming months, project managers and city leaders are going to hammer out the details, but there is no official date for groundbreaking. Reporting in Tooele County, Haley Higgins, Fox 13 News, Utah.
We raise pigs and chickens.
On these streets,
We like the country feel.
life moves at a different pace than in a big city.
We have tractors that go up and down the street.
That way of life is what drew Monica Kennedy and her family to Erda.
Whether you're a farmer or not, if you live in Erda, you love the farms.
As Tooele County grows, developers want to move in with this plan. Hundreds of homes built around a Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints temple on what is now a field of hay.
You can see several homes dot the landscape here right up against this field. This area has a very rural feeling, but some of the residents here worry they'll lose that if this development moves forward.
It's sad to me. I really hate that we're a small town and they're bringing in a big city development.
Last month, the county commission approved a rezoning, giving the project the green light. Now Monica is one of several residents working on a referendum to put the rezoning issue before voters.
Originally, this land was zoned for 1-acre lots, and with the temple coming in, they pushed for a higher density plan.
The issue is a sensitive one for Monica and other supporters.
Being LDS, I recognize that the prophet announced that there would be a temple in the Tooele Valley.
On one hand, they're ecstatic to get a temple in their backyard.
They've meshed the two where the land development should have been separate from the temple.
But they worry all those homes packed into about 150 acres will change life as they know it.
It's bringing a high-density type project to the middle of a rural community, which right out of the gates creates the potential for conflict.
These residents know they can't stop change.
Development's inevitable.
They just want to have a say in how it's delivered.
We know our valley is going to grow, but we just want it to be in harmony with the rural community that we've established here.
The referendum must gather about 2,500 signatures by mid-August to get on the November ballot. In Erda, John Franke, Fox 13 News, Utah.
Controversial development plan for housing near the proposed Tooele Valley Temple is no more. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is withdrawing its rezoning request and exploring some other options.
News specialist Ashley Moser spoke with a church representative about their reasoning. Ashley?
Well, the church simply doesn't want contention, and the main issue was the housing that was proposed near the temple on this land. Residents started a petition that would have triggered a referendum, a countywide referendum, with yesterday being the deadline to get those signatures. Now, those results have not been certified, but it's believed that it would have had enough support to force a vote.
The church is extending an olive branch here and saying if that's the point of contention, we'll do away with the point of contention.
A plan to develop a residential community around the new temple will no longer be built. Church representatives say since getting the project approved by the Tooele Planning Commission in May.
At that point, there were some upset people in Erta that did not want what they felt was high density.
The plan called for 446 housing units, parks, walking trails, even a cemetery over 32 acres of land.
To have the high density coming in, it doesn't appeal to us.
Resident Monica Kennedy lives steps away from the church-owned land and says she and others wanted to make their voices heard.
I was involved in the referendum, mostly just to inform people. I would get online and just give my opinion.
But that's where she feels things got ugly.
It's been really sad to see all the discord that this has caused. So it is time for healing.
She hopes that today's announcement helps to make that happen as residents eagerly wait to find out what's next for this land.
I was happy to hear it, but also a little apprehensive of what their next step is.
The only thing I know at this point is we're going to build a temple.
So there will be a temple, but where exactly? Well, that's the big question. Now, this is church-owned land. It's being used for farming right now, and we're told the original groundbreaking for the temple here was actually supposed to be last week. In Erta, Ashley Moser, KSL 5 News.
Ashley, thank you.